Hello. Let me see. I'm waiting for it all to start. Hello there, everybody. This is Richard Offeld here, doing a stream. Can you believe it? This is the MLL Federalist Final, where the 2 and 3 seeds start popping up and joining. I should probably actually pull up that bracket so you guys kind of see what's going on. I don't remember what's going on. I can't believe this tournament is still going. I tried to smother it in sleep 3 times already, and it just keeps going. So we're going to get an MLL final by the end of the summer, I bet. And credit to where credit is due for everyone who's continuing to show up and get this keep this tournament going, despite certainly nothing I'm doing on my part to keep it going. It has not been something I've been doing or trying to keep up at all. So kudos to these people. Kudos to David Robison and Zack Richwalski, who got second and third in their conference. And this is their first game in the playoffs. Congratulations to Raymund for pulling his way through 2 rounds to make it to this point, and congratulations to Nicholas Hong, who will hopefully make it soon. I know he's active. I talk to him all the time. You do too. So we know that he's around here somewhere, and hopefully he will be here soon. I got my good old classic jazzy Pokemon music on to keep us entertained while I don't bother to talk and stuff. But this is a multiplayer game, and even though I do not play 270 anymore, I do imagine that this being a multiplayer game will keep my interest and focus on the game. I certainly don't know how much the game has evolved in the last month or two, because I don't actually play anymore. So, you know. We got 2 viewers here so far. No comments or anything, but that's fine. I'm hoping everything was working good with the video and stuff. Do let me know in the comments if it's not. I am able to read those as I stream, because my streaming setup is actually perfected now. As you guys can see, it's quite nice. So I'm just going to go ahead, let the music fill it up while we hunt Nicholas down. So enjoy the music while we wait. Oh, and let me know if everything's broken. For those watching right now, we are just waiting for Nicholas Hong to make it to the match. Enjoy the music in the background. I will try to timestamp when it actually starts for those of you who find a surprising stream you didn't expect in your feeds over the next 24 hours. Not to say I know how active the lounge is these days, but I imagine it happens. So just wait for that, and I will start talking and getting started when everyone is here. probably turn off the sound of my messenger. For those who are watching, the exciting thing we're waiting for right now is we got Nicholas Hong has about 4 minutes to show up before we play without him. Did I say 4 minutes? I meant 2 minutes. I sent the message and announcement at 16 past the hour. 46 for those of you in India, so that means at 21/51 past the hour, then we will get started. I will join in on my actual account and forfeit, and we'll get started. All right, Nicholas has just confirmed in the chat that he is here. He will be in the match shortly. I think everyone's thankful for that because 3-player matches suck and 4-player matches are actually competitive. But there we go. I could check that. I'll just see if someone complains about that. Probably forgot that there is supposed to be a draft here. But anyway, we are about to get started. We got 4 candidates. I don't know 2 of them at all, so we shall see how that goes. Walter Mondale, taking a look at his stats real quick. I imagine he's going to start with women's movement and doing the national group game. And then looks like he'll be a strong New York candidate. Tim Scott's always well known for his southern starts, and I see no difference here. He will probably start in the South. Reagan 84, well known for being fantastic at everything in swing. Look for a swing star, but he started with the evangelicals with everyone else spending nothing except Walter Mondale getting that labor and environment. Oh, I meant to switch to this screen here. And we hit continue. Let me check the timestamp, by the way. We're at 11 minutes. Game started at 11 minutes. Let's go with that. Actually, we'll go with 10 minutes. You guys can light that up and whatnot. And we're back to here. We're on the right screen, and I hit intern. So anyway, and then Michelle's waiting, and Tim Scott are waiting to see what's happening. I'm curious about who's going to end up going out for the Western states. Michelle's a well-known New York, Old South kind of starter. Tim Scott, they all really are. They all are really good out east. I'm curious to see who's going to go out west. That's probably not going to be very contested. In a 4-player match, if you could get the uncontested Western states, you win the match. So I'm very curious to see where they go and who goes there for that. Looking over comments. Okay, thank you for that, Sean. Okay. Anyway, we're moving up in evangelicals to another group, gun lobby. It looks like Reagan is going for that full national group stuff. Walter Mondale getting labor environment. First state entered. Finally, Michelle's going for that New York start. She has that whole area to herself, and now she will keep it. So she's gonna, and because no one else is jumping on the map, I imagine she'll easily be able to get tech if she wants it. But she may even go AA because everyone's jumping into national groups right now. No one's touching the South. And with Michelle with that early town and gown she's got going there and blocking that Walter Mondale, I think she's already well poised to start taking over the map. But we shall see. Tim Scott does have a ton of money. He could start making a move for swing states right now. So we shall see what happens with that. Moving on to chat. If you look at the bottom of your screen, Nico, sorry, that was on me. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you will see who is who. I am going to be trying to shift between stuff throughout the match so you guys get that nice clean turn summary, but also that really cool under each name is who everyone has. So that's part of how I try to conduct this setup. Really cool with Michelle starting that town and gown. I did not see the 200,000 spend. It was on Big Conservative. It wasn't. That's Tim Scott, who doesn't have anything yet. Okay, no, it is Tim Scott that he spent on Big Conservative, but he still has a ton of money, so I imagine he'll max that out. Someone's going to be grabbing swing states, but what I'm watching for is who grabs manufacturing, who grabs California. Probably manufacturing is going to be that big one that we're going to want to see someone grab. Oh, and here we go. Over to term summary. So Tim Scott completes Big Conservative. Michelle enters Delaware. Reagan's going for Florida and swing, I presume. Michelle is going for AA Tech with Michigan, Maryland, and Delaware. Reagan's grabbing New Mexico and probably Texas? Ohio? Never mind, no. He only spent 200, so it's just Ohio, New Mexico for him, and Wisconsin. So he's gonna move into Texas at some point. He's setting up for maybe a swing, but he's mostly focused on a manufacturing swing thing. He's gonna have a little bit of competition because, as we saw, someone jumped into Florida. Who jumped into Florida? Reagan jumped into it. So Reagan's going for swing states. I missed that. I'm being silly. Reagan's going to go for swing states right now. That's clearly what he's about to do. Tim Scott's still sitting free, just waiting for a spot to go open. Texas, California is open. Mondale is doing the same thing. What Mondale and Tim Scott need to be careful for is a clash. If both of them go for the same states, they'll be in trouble. Very simply said there. So cool. As we continue on this, thank you all for watching. Up in Alaska for Tim Scott. Michelle's in Arizona. Michelle goes up in Delaware. Michelle probably got tech this turn, actually. Reagan's probably getting swing state. Maryland up for Michelle. Michigan up for Michelle. Virginia up for Michelle. Reagan up in New Mexico. Reagan up in Ohio. Tim Scott enters Oklahoma. Tim Scott enters Texas with that nice block for Reagan. Reagan enters Virginia. Michelle goes up there. And women's movement, once again, Walter Mondale just grabbing all those national groups. We do not know when he's going to jump onto the map. That will definitely be a thing to watch for. Whoever he picks on will be... Oh, I forgot to watch the groups. Let's look at the state groups. We can see Tech has now gone to Michelle Obama here. We see swing states have gone to Reagan. I probably should have watched as those came on there. And yeah, we're watching for whoever Mondale decides to torture. It's going to be really unfortunate for them. Let's just go with that. Michelle's got a little bit of competition in Virginia, but she should easily be able to defend that with her tech money. Keep an eye for the other AA state she goes into, because clearly that's what she wants to do next. She's having a really easy game doing the AA tech route through New York like this. Normally, there's so much competition for tech that this is actually really hard to pull off, but kudos to her doing that. Tim Scott messed up, because if I remember my stuff correctly, he needs an extra 10,000 for that to work for oil, but we shall see. Maybe I am wrong. I do not play 270 anymore, so don't listen to what I have to say about 270. Back to this screen here. And again, I am wondering what Mondale's doing. The easiest path for Mondale is to try to steal tech for Michelle via California, but we'll see if he actually does that. Definitely doing that big saber strategy. Probably should grab a few other national groups while he's doing this too. It looks like Reagan is now trying to get some of the South. Reagan goes up in Colorado. Reagan goes into Georgia. Illinois for Michelle. Tim Scott up in Louisiana. Reagan enters Maryland. Reagan enters Michigan to try to prevent that AA for Michelle, because that's terrible if she gets that. Reagan enters Pennsylvania. Reagan enters South Carolina. Up one for Tim Scott. And Michelle locks down Virginia. It's a cheap state to do it in. She's got plenty of money to do it. She's not going to worry about it. While Mondale, I was about to think, he needs to get some more national groups. And he is getting some more national groups. So kudos to him. I think Tim Scott messed up. No, Tim Scott did get oil and gas. Shows I don't know what I'm talking about. Why are you guys listening to me? Why are you watching? Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. And women's movement over there for Mondale. And baby nearby. What's up, baby? Yep. 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 Yeah, what do you want? You want to play with your new toy? Alright. Cool, cool. As we continue on, we're on turn 6 here. Mondale sitting with 1.12 million. Tim Scott sitting pretty, but he is not really jumping into manufacturing, and manufacturing is about to be blocked out for him as well. He's going to have to fight for it, which is unfortunate for a Texas starter when you have to fight for those, but that is just a situation he's in Alaska. That's where his extra 10,000 was. Okay, I wasn't wrong. I just missed his extra state because my map's a little crunched here. Someone in the comments notice that? No one in the comments noticed that. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, moving on here. Other moves. Michelle is trying to keep working on the AA, but I don't think Illinois might actually be enough. Never mind, Illinois might do it, but she's going to have to be careful about Maryland and Michigan, because she's getting a lot of pressure from Reagan for her AA bonus. But if she's able to get it, she should be able to control this match and really start stealing from Reagan. That also is probably one reason we might see Mondale jump into New York. I really have a feeling he's going to try to torture Michelle, but Michelle also has a lot of money. Tim Scott's the weakest right now. So maybe even just an oil steal might work for Mondale to get into this map. We shall see which one he chooses to do with 8 seconds left to go before we get into the match. Here we go. Reagan up in Alabama. Conflict in Arizona between Reagan and Mondale. Mondale is making moves now. Mondale moves to Colorado. Michelle goes up in Connecticut. Michelle goes into D.C. Mondale is torturing Reagan in Florida. That's his plan. Georgia. Conflict in Illinois, but it's not going to matter with Michelle going up 2 pips there. 1 pip for Tim Scott in Indiana. Conflict in Iowa between Mondale and Reagan. Looks like a lot of people thinking the same there, but Tim Scott really didn't spend much. Michelle goes up 1 in Michigan. Conflict in Mississippi. North Carolina. Mondale enters New Hampshire. Conflict between Michelle and Mondale. Mondale enters Ohio, New Mexico. Mondale's really going to try to still swing away. Looks like that's going to be his plan there. Michelle enters Tennessee, which think she just could do. She enters Washington with some for extra money, and Mondale enters Wisconsin. That should be AA for Michelle. Yep, that's AA for Michelle, as you guys can see there. Old South for Reagan, so maybe he can defend it a bit. But Reagan's got a lot to worry about now. It looks like Mondale has chosen to torture. I'm sorry, I just think I may have realized what might be going on here. Mondale has chosen to torture Reagan. He probably feels like Reagan's the easiest to take out and is in position to do so. I do want to point out that Raymond and Nick are playing Tim Scott and Walter Mondale. This tournament does not ban... You got some cards here? Cool. This tournament does not ban colluding. As long as you're working to advance, you're good. The top two from this match do advance, and I am now wondering if there's something going on between Nick and Raymond. They've gone through 2 rounds together, and maybe they're trying to take out these 2 Titans to make it into the semifinal together. They can ride that all the way to the final, actually, which is one cool thing about the format of this tournament that too bad I will never do again for obvious reasons. If you've been in this tournament, you know why I'm never doing it again. And if you've been watching me and everything else I've been doing, you also know why I don't do this anymore. So, leave it at that. 26 seconds left. We'll see if Mondale's able to still swing next turn. It's going to be really hard for Reagan to defend that. Just hard. But maybe if he guesses right, he'll be able to defend. We shall see. There's only 13 seconds left. On Reagan's bright side, Reagan does have 2 national groups, so at least he has that money to use here. About to switch to that turn summaries screen as we go to the next turn. Okay, we'll go here. Someone waited all the way to the end there. I'm glad the music worked out really well with that, actually, Nico. That is pretty cool that it did coincidentally work with the pressure. Conflict in Arizona as Reagan tries to steal Arizona from Michelle, but Michelle ain't letting him. Reagan enters Arkansas. Conflict in California between Tim Scott and Michelle. That is awful. Mondale steals Colorado. Mondale spent $900,000 this turn, by the way, so we shall see what's going on with there. Mondale steals Florida. Easy steal. Most people are not going to want to waste the money. That's usually a bluff, but that wasn't for Mondale. Tim Scott enters Kentucky. Up in Mississippi, conflict in North Carolina. That will I have a feeling Mondale worked on that perfect swing steal. That swing steal is not going to work, but we shall see what's happening in Ohio. He steals Ohio, but he needs one more state, and it's not going to be Pennsylvania. Could be Wisconsin, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Reagan enters there, and it is Wisconsin, actually. So I do think that Mondale was able to manage the swing steal that he was working on, just torturing poor Reagan. Yes, he did still swing, as you can see right there. So, very good work on Mondale's part to make that happen. Back to the screen here. We got a minute 20 left, and Tim Scott's sitting on 1 million. It is unfortunate that Tim Scott and Michelle got that conflict. We're going to see who's able to fight through it. Michelle should have more money to fight through it. She's actually in a really strong position, even with because Mondale chose to torture Reagan. I think Michelle is probably going to be in the top 2, honestly. One of those 2 were going to be, but we shall see what Nicholas and Raymond are able to come up with together, assuming that they're working together. To try to take out Michelle, because Michelle's a monster right now. She's got all the bonuses she could ever want to have. She has no national groups, which is probably the only downside there for her. But overall, she is really riding high right now. She just needs to maintain her position. Honestly, she grabbed California and locked down everything she has. She should be in the next round. That's where she's at right now, actually. Yeah. Just some advice, Michelle, if you're watching. David, if you're watching. Take California, lock everything down. You're in the next round. You'll be fine. The magic number to be in the next round is holding 170, at least 173 electoral votes. Checking comments. Nope, no interesting comments here. So moving on with that, we got 10 seconds to go. Left my advice there, and I really think Mondale, now that he's stolen swing, needs to put some pressure on Michelle. Oh. If he's trying to help his buddy out. Michelle goes into Alabama and Alaska. Tim Scott goes up to California, get that California-Texas bonus. Michelle goes to Georgia. Tim Scott steals Illinois to get himself... I don't know, he's getting himself there, actually. Conflict in Louisiana between... Michelle goes up in Michigan. Michelle goes up in Minnesota. Michelle goes into Mississippi. Mondale steals North Carolina, just using a bunch of swing money and a bunch of other money to do so. It's probably all he did this turn, too. Michelle enters Nebraska. Michelle goes up in New Hampshire. Michelle enters Oklahoma. Mondale goes up in Pennsylvania. And there we go. Reagan is just getting beat up. He didn't know what hit him, but he's getting beat up in every which way. L goes to Tim Scott. Manufacturing goes to Tim Scott. Ag goes to Tim Scott. Export goes to Tim Scott. Just a fantastic turn for him. Tim Scott should be on to the next round with all of that. He should easily be able to defend his stuff. He just needs to grab probably about 2 more states to make it to the next, to guarantee a spot in the next round. We'll see. Mondale is definitely in a position to torture some people, but it could just be that because, like, he was in a position to take someone out, and there's a chance he is not in any position whatsoever to make beyond third, and that might be what's happening here. Because I'm just looking at Tim Scott's position. I'm looking at Michelle's position. They're both super strong. They both should be able to solidify a top 2 spot, and with, I mean, they're in the top 2. There's nothing Mondale can do to overtake them, you know. But we shall see if anyone wants to have any predictions of who will make it through, and if Mondale is able to even do it. You guys can certainly comment your thoughts about that, but we shall see. Alright, as we continue this match, we're at 40 seconds here. I am on the correct screen. I'm losing track of what's going on in the match. That's unfortunate. I'm out of experience. Like I said, I don't play 270 anymore, so I'm really out of it right now. I'll probably play it again soon. I just legit don't want to play anymore. I open up the app and I'm just like, ugh. But I think it happens to all of us. I've been playing this game for a year and a half now. It's time for my second break. So. Anyway, 9 seconds to go as we get to the next screen here. Here we go. Michelle steals Alabama. Tim Scott goes up more in California to solidify that position because, again, he only needs a top 2 spot. Michelle locks down D.C. Michelle goes up in Delaware. Florida. Mondale's moving up in. Reagan moves up in Georgia. Tim Scott locks down Illinois. Mondale goes up in Iowa. Tim Scott enters Massachusetts. Reagan steals Maryland. I didn't see if he still has Old South or not, but I'll check that. He might have just gotten it back. Michelle goes up in Michigan. Michelle steals Mississippi. Michelle goes up in Missouri. Mondale takes and locks down North Carolina. Mondale steals New Mexico. Michelle goes up in Oregon. Michelle goes to Rhode Island. Tim Scott enters Utah. Michelle goes into Vermont. And Tim Scott enters Washington. Mondale goes up in Wisconsin. Let me see, because actually I don't know. No state groups changed, it looks like, actually. They've all stayed the same. Michelle is able to hold on to that. If Michelle keeps all the states she currently has, she will be in the next round. It doesn't matter if you make first or second. It just matters that you make the top 2 in this tournament. Moving back to that screen, hit it in turn so they're not waiting on me. Reagan, I guess he's just sitting on money right now. And did not check to see if he had Old South. He does not have Old South right now, even with Maryland. He's sitting on a good bit of money, so he could make moves. I would say he needs to expand a bit into some other states. People are really locking him out of the map. Really unfortunate. He's just caught in the middle of this, but I think at this point he's just weak, and everyone's just picking on the weak person instead of like trying to deal with the riskiness of dealing with Michelle, especially. Mondale's still trying to find that path. I don't know if he's going to find it or not. He's probably not using the right candidate either, so kind of a good riddance anyway. Don't have to deal with that. So, we continue on this here. Yeah, like, it's kind of a shame at this point that it's getting a little boring, mostly because I feel like we're in a holding pattern, and I feel like this game is mostly already decided. Tim Scott still needs to figure out how he's going to get to 173. Is really all that. The only mystery is if he's going to be able to do that. I think Michelle will lock down enough states that she'll maintain her bonus. Really, Tim Scott just needs to grab the L states, and he'll be fine. If I were him, I'd just grab New Jersey, Nevada, and lock those in. Lock them in hard. And then it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. Maybe it's 180. Anyway, Michelle locks down Alabama. Very cheap, easy state to do that in. Michelle goes up to Connecticut. Mondale locks down Florida. He needs to be stealing states off Tim Scott or Michelle right now. So locking in Florida is definitely not what he needed to do. Reagan's the least of his concerns. Michelle steals Louisiana from Tim Scott. Michelle goes up in Massachusetts. Reagan locks down Maryland, which I'm not complaining about. He definitely needs to lock in some states. Tim Scott enters Maine. Michelle goes to Minnesota there. Michelle locks down Mississippi. Tim Scott enters Montana. Tim Scott goes to North Carolina. Tim Scott enters Nevada. Tim Scott enters New Jersey. Like I said, he just needed to go into those states, lock those down. He's good. He's putting pressure in New York. We'll see if that does anything. Mondale locks down Ohio. Tim Scott goes into Oregon. Michelle enters South Carolina. South Dakota for Tim Scott. A steal from Reagan, Tennessee. We'll see how much that matters in the end. Michelle goes up in Utah, and Tim Scott enters Vermont. Michelle goes up in Washington. And yeah, I'm not surprised. People really need to be forcing a ballot right now. It looks like someone lost something. Export-driven loss from Tim Scott. AA loss from Michelle. So those were some really strategic moves that people were making to steal those bonuses there. Don't remember how it happened, but you know, that's the way it is. This is the ballot turn. As a reminder for the rules in MLL ballots, I will lose. Obviously, I have 0 EVs. I will come back, and the person with the least EVs will be out, which is guaranteed to be Reagan. I'm like 90% sure. And it'll be really interesting to see what does Mondale do to try to probably pick. I have a feeling he's going to pick on Michelle. I have a feeling both Tim Scott and Mondale are teamed up, and they're going to pick on Michelle to win this. So we shall see if that's what actually happens, and if Michelle's able to fight it off. Given that Michelle just lost AA, and she probably won't have it for another 2 turns, that's going to be pretty difficult for her. She's probably, my guess is she's going to move up in Georgia and move up into South Carolina to try to get that back. She could also move up in Tennessee. Her main thing, she's going to want that AA money to take back some of these Reagan states and defend Florida, because she definitely needs to worry about that. With Tim Scott entering a lot of her states, it looks like his main plan right now is to use his surplus money to attack her and try to steal some stuff from her. But we shall see how the turn summary goes. So Mondale goes into Arkansas. Reagan takes over Colorado. Michelle goes up in Georgia. 1 up in Hawaii. 1 up in Idaho. I do not know what Tim Scott's worried about. Iowa steal from Reagan, because Reagan's trying to get over Mondale right now, which is definitely a possibility. Actually, I didn't give that enough credit. Still Louisiana. Michelle goes up in Maine. Tim Scott steals Missouri. Michelle moves up in North Carolina, move up in Nevada, a lockdown in New Hampshire from Mondale. Tim Scott goes up in New Jersey. There's New Mexico. Why does my music stop? It cannot be the whole album. There we go. Steal from Pennsylvania of Reagan to make sure that Mondale's the one who goes out, not Reagan. Yeah. Oof, that's a rough one. Oh man, Nicholas Hong, I am so sorry. Reagan did manage to pull through. It's one of those things that's hard to see when you're not experienced at the game, like yours truly right now. When you're not experienced in the game, you don't realize how quickly EVs can swing, and Reagan did a very nice focused push on stealing Mondale's EVs, and with that, he was able to eliminate Nicholas Hong and Walter Mondale on this round. So very sorry. Very sorry, Nicholas. You've had a fantastic tournament. Unfortunately, it did not work out for you. Reagan's not going out without a fight here. And we we shall see what he's able to do next round. Tim Scott is very obviously still in this and very obviously taking this over here. Go ahead and delete, go ahead and erase this here. Because he is out and eliminated. Very good. Alright. So yeah. Let me, there's no message. I'm trusting Nicholas Hong is experienced enough to know to get out of the match at this point. Hopefully he didn't in turn or anything like that. As we look at the rest of the map, this is the states he's in. These are the ones he's taking over. You can see he's in a lot of Tim Scott states, but it was mostly his pressure. This one's going back to Reagan. This one's going back to Reagan. Ohio's going back to Reagan. Reagan's going to keep Wisconsin. Reagan's going to keep Iowa, Colorado, and New Mexico. And Reagan's going to need to really focus hard on trying to maybe get the swing states. We'll see. We'll see what he's able to do to try to stay in this match and take it away from Michelle. Maybe Tim Scott. Tim Scott's actually in a pretty invincible position. He's just sitting and waiting for this game to be over. He will get first in this match. He will advance. I can say that with certainty. So Tim Scott enters Arkansas. Tim Scott steals Connecticut. Back to my other screen here. Michelle steals Georgia from Reagan. Reagan enters a lot of these other states that Tim Scott's in that aren't really doing anything for anyone. Reagan enters Kansas. Tim Scott locks down Louisiana. Reagan enters Maine. Michelle steals Missouri. Reagan enters Montana. Reagan enters North Dakota. Reagan enters Nebraska. Reagan enters Nevada. Reagan enters New Jersey. Michelle steals Oregon from Tim Scott. It looks... I'm going to just pin Nicholas's comment there that they were not working together. I'm pretty sure... Okay, fine. Oh, that is funny. That's funny. I'm like waiting for the collusion. I'm expecting so much collusion in this tournament. Like that is just like the expectation I had coming in. Was there would be lots of collusion in this tournament the way it's designed. Michelle was able to get AA in Old South. She lost High Tech through all of that. Another ballot screen. And we will see who advances from this round. Does Reagan have enough to... the question is, does Reagan have enough to like knock something away from Michelle or Tim Scott? He shouldn't. Let's just put it that way. Tim Scott needs to be... Tim Scott really just needs to focus on defending all of his, literally everything. He kind of has enough money to do it. And if he doesn't care about winning, he should just do that, in my opinion. Just max out all of his states that Reagan might attempt to steal. And just, you know, advance. That's my advice for him. And that should pretty much guarantee that Raymund Baroy and David Robison will move to the MLL League semifinals in the second match of the entire league between the Federalist Conference and the Whig Conference. Once the Whig Conference plays their game, because I think we concluded in Whig chat this tournament was over, but clearly it is not, so they better play their game. We shall see. That or I'll just throw these two in with the 1 seeds who probably forgot they entered this tournament, and they will play their series of 3. Maybe we'll have this finished by the end of July. 10 seconds to go before we find out that Raymond and David move on to the semifinal. There we go. Alright, move up in Alaska for Tim Scott, move up in Colorado for Reagan. Michelle locks down Georgia. Michelle steals Iowa from Reagan. Definitely looking awful for him. Michelle goes up in Maine. Tim Scott steals Minnesota because why not win this match? Reagan goes up in Montana for 3. Michelle goes up in North Dakota. Michelle goes up in Nebraska. Reagan steals Nevada. How merciful. But I guess he didn't need to spend the money. Did Tim Scott? No, right? He gave up New Jersey too. So that makes it a little closer. Because Tim Scott was stealing New York to kill Michelle. Ooh. That's interesting. That's super interesting. Was it enough, though? Michelle was stealing and defending from Reagan as well. I don't think there are enough states left in the alphabetical order. I see. So he was letting Reagan steal some states to maybe knock out Michelle. He did not want to deal with Michelle. Oh. See, this commentator didn't see that comment, did he? This commentator's just a moron. Oh man, I am so sorry, David Robison. I thought you had it, but with that Florida steal there, that not Florida, that New York steal that happened there, that was bad. And Tim Scott lit Reagan, as you do sometimes in these games when you want to pick who you go up against next round. Tim Scott just lit Reagan take a few states here and there of his so that he could get his bonus up and just go 1 EV over Michelle. So that, congratulations to Zack Richwalski, which I definitely messed up your last name there, and Raymund Baroy. You are both advancing to the semifinals, so congratulations. Let's see who wins this match. Also, congratulations to Reagan. You were like left for dead 3 or 4 turns ago, but you still found ways to win this. And that's how he, I think it was either second or third seed, I don't remember. Let me see if I can remember, find out. He was, Stack was the 2 seed. That's how you're the 2 seed. Even in the worst situations, you still find ways to increase your place. And that is exactly what we saw Zack do. Just clinical moves to steal states and move his EVs up. And to look not threatening. So, you know, second place is always better than third, especially when all you need to advance is second place. So we see him moving into new states, put some more pressure onto Reagan so that he makes some missed moves here. Nick, I mean, I use that same logic to say you were working with Raymond. So I doubt it. I don't think they're working together. They were definitely conflicting with each other a bit early in the match as well. That did not tip me off that they were working together. Steele of Ohio right there. Clearly, Tim Scott just wants to win this. And there we go. Cool, 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 cool. And there we go. 291. We're still waiting for someone to enter. Oh, I think we're waiting for someone to. I think we're waiting for 100 EVs. No, we're waiting for someone. No, they're both in Virginia. Both in Delaware. Okay, yeah, we're waiting for it to get to 100 votes locked down. So, let me pen this other comment about starting. Yes, Raj, that was definitely just the most awful way to lose there. The victory was in your grasp. It looked like he had just the most clinical, perfect game of people leaving him alone, and just it's not only that he didn't defend New York, it's that he also didn't do enough to defend anything else. If he defended his other states other than New York, he would have made it out of that ballot crippled, but who cares? He would have advanced. So, absolutely. Great drama in those multiplayer games. That's what makes them so much fun to watch and stream and all that stuff. That's why I love the multiplayer game. So, cool. Sorry I'm not giving this one, well, I've already ranted enough about my experience in the game these days, so I won't rant any longer about it. I didn't know I could press the debate button in spectate mode. It's really interesting the money's actually really close. It's probably because Reagan has all that national group money to benefit from. Actually, maybe he'll pull through and actually win this match. Adjust the names a bit. I'll fix the next one on the next round. Tim Scott steals Georgia. Reagan nears Massachusetts. Reagan goes up in Michigan with his tech money. North Carolina for Reagan. I probably didn't need to make this a 3-minute match. That was bad on my part. Oops. I didn't ask them what they wanted either. I just did it. No one complained though. New Hampshire for Tim Scott. Reagan gets another state in New Mexico. Ohio for Tim Scott. South Carolina for Reagan. Tim Scott for South Dakota. Utah for Tim Scott. Tim Scott steals Wyoming. But he already has the oil money, so he's just using oil money. He gave some lockdowns as well to try to end this. Town and gown for Tim Scott, as Reagan just keeps losing EVs to ensure Tim Scott's victory here. Let me erase that. And move these two over here so that we clearly see who's who. As we watch Tim Scott clinically destroy Reagan to end this. And I almost wonder if it's torturing him at this point. If I were in this situation as Tim Scott, I would just lock up what I could to get to 100 just to end it. But it looks like he's enjoying the Georgia steal in particular is pretty brutal. Yep. Moving on with that. Arkansas steal for Tim Scott as he continues to just steal state after state after state after state to get his EV lead to be that much more massive. Mississippi steal. South Dakota lock up in Virginia, Wisconsin for Reagan, and Tim Scott goes up in West Virginia, Wyoming for Tim Scott, and there we go. Cool. Yeah, Raymund Baroy is. He's always been fantastic, especially on multiplayer. I know lately he's been getting quite a reputation for his 1v1s. But he's always been a multiplayer player primarily. I'm so glad this was the first season he actually joined MLL. I'm honestly honored to have him. He's one of the greats, and he should be in the multiplayer tournament for sure. We'll see how he does in the semifinals as he advances over to that. So yeah. Always had a great level of respect for him and what he does and what he brings to everything. And we are on the ballot too. Missed that. Just kind of hit it while I was talking, and then now I see it in the other stream. So, well, I've been wrong. I'm pretty sure Tim Scott's gonna win this. And it's again what I said. Whoever was going out west was gonna win the match. The West was open. He took Texas. Struggled a bit, but no one was really contesting him out west, so he was able to get that Texas-California, which is insane in multiplayer, and just ride it to victory. So kudos to him for sure. Yeah, that's up there. Anyway. And here we go. Lockdown in Arkansas. Up in DC. Up in Delaware. Up in Hawaii. In Idaho. Up a lot in Indiana. That is an easy steal. Kentucky and Massachusetts. Conflict in Maine. We actually didn't have any conflicts this game, just a big California one mostly, which is pretty impressive when you think about it and everything else that was going on with this game. But yeah, congratulations to Raymund Baroy for winning this match. Congratulations to Zack and Raymund for advancing to the semifinals and possibly finals if the Whigs don't get their game played in like the next week or something until I get tired of it. Tired of waiting. I got them a week or two. Can't be too mean because I've basically been letting them play at their own pace, which they've been playing. It's not like I'm helping them make matches or anything. This one was definitely made behind my back, so yeah. And Vermont and Washington. Cool. Alright, thank you everyone so much for watching this match. It was an honor to have you, and it was an honor to present this to you all. You all have a great night. And I will see you for the next stream. I'm going to be trying to stream all the rest of the MLL matches as long as they happen over the summer. So, as long as I'm not working and I'm not going somewhere, because actually I'm traveling a lot in the next few weeks. So I probably won't stream many matches after this. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And have a fantastic night.